Delaware in the building. Y'all ain't ready for the Delaware takeover. Y'all not ready for this unique style and creativity that everybody in the world wants to see. Nas and Jay is bringing it, and everything they bring got that Delaware swag. Delaware in the building. Y'all ain't.
Here you go. Da, 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 ba, da, 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 da.
That was
da, 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 da.
beautiful.
Oh, what are you doing? Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. It is officially the summer. We outside.
It's not official.
Is this? Why not?
I mean, okay, but it's not. We haven't had the solstice. You know what I'm saying?
When is that?
It might be around the 20th. You know, right around
summer
Christmas around.
starts as soon as these kids go to summer camp.
Cool. All right.
Okay,
It's officially
and that is
summer.
today.
All right, today.
So happy summer!
Yay.
We outside.
Yeah, we're home with kids.
I'm already starting to tan.
We're
I
still.
look like a bulb, like an actual light bulb today. My forehead is really foreheading.
One day we're going to actually post 2 different pictures of the show in December versus the show now, and you will see the light skin struggle.
Like I really do turn into an egg white, like so seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excuse me. So, welcome to your morning sip of local news. What's happening and
real world.
Make sure you listen back to this episode, the replay of this episode on WJBSradio.com, Delaware's own Grown Folks Radio. Go get the app in your app store so you can listen all the time. And we're on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So what are we talking about today, Jay?
Well, I mean, should we jump right into the interview thing? No, we should start with flowers. I think we should start with flowers, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let me start with the flowers today, and I'm going to pull up a little image of him. Is my son's birthday. So shout out to Jay Porter. Here he is at a little, we had the grandparents over yesterday. So there he is blowing out his little cupcake candle. So yeah, he's 7 today, and he's 7 and he's doing all right. He had a good school year, and so far I think we're doing most of the things as best as we can with him. But it's my son's birthday, so wish him a happy birthday. We love you, Jay Porter.
Happy birthday.
He wouldn't like you singing. He actually has an ear, so like he would really be repulsed by that.
Congratulations to all of the graduates.
Yeah.
But the most congratulations to my graduate, JB, graduated from 5th grade. And she looks so cute.
She did.
She really did. She's such a sweet kid.
I have a question.
What?
What is your opinion? Because I've seen a lot of posts about this, and it's funny. Okay, I want to state first that I was extremely proud when both of my children went to kindergarten and also left kindergarten. And I don't know what I actually posted, so I might be wildly hypocritical, but what do you think about the, congratulations to Brian because he graduated kindergarten. We're so proud of you. And it was a meme saying like he just learned how to like do his letters and eat without throwing things all over himself. But okay, happy graduation. Like, stop making this the biggest deal ever. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Okay, cool. I'll leave it there.
I'm going to celebrate the hell out of my kids' achievements because I tell you what, they taught them kids more than I was going to teach them because my patience is this thin.
All right.
Okay, you see that? This thin.
All right.
So that's why I sent they behinds to school.
All right.
So I said, you want to learn your colors without me knocking you upside your head?
Mm-hmm.
We need to take you
all right, cool.
to
I respect
a place.
I respect that.
No, I think when it comes to academic move up days and graduations, I think it's important to shower them with love and appreciation and all that because it shows them like what you did was a big deal, and if you continue to go farther, it just gets better. I think
I respect that.
That is acceptable. Now, we only went out to get pizza with the family after JB's graduation.
I feel like we should level up and throw like a graduation to kindergarten party, and it should be like lit. You know what I mean? Like we should buy out Chuck E. Cheese when you graduate kindergarten, pop some bottles of cider. You know what I'm saying? Get them like a nice little rental electric car that they can drive.
Did you see the dad who did the birthday party for his son as if he was at the club?
You know what I'm saying?
With the sections,
perfect,
and the bottle girls.
Perfect.
I feel like my generation.
If we're gonna celebrate, let's do it.
I feel like my generation has really blurred lines of what's appropriate and inappropriate for a child. Like I feel like we need to go back to teaching people, okay, from this age to this age, this is acceptable. From this age to this age, this is acceptable. And this is unacceptable. Because I feel like between the proms and these birthday party themes and even some of this, I just be like,
You don't believe in preschool proms?
I think that's adorable.
Oh my, okay.
Appropriate.
I'm surprised you said that.
Appropriate. Does she need to have an organza giant gown and her eyelashes done and makeup and a swoop? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
If you don't take your child to go to Burlington, get you a dress.
You see how quickly we just went off the rails?
Yes. Go to Burlington, get you a little dress, put a bracelet on her, maybe a hairpin, you know. You can even do the little baby swoops and send them to the baby prom. They don't need heels. They don't need makeup. They don't need limos for kindergarten. Play age-appropriate Kids Bop and Gracie's Corner and keep it pushing.
But if you go to if you pull up your Alexa, you can pull up the inexplicit version of the
No, they don't need
No. You can get a little John.
I said what I said. Kids Bop or Gracie's Corner. I don't know what this fascination is with people and making children adults.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's disgusting.
Well, no, if you just listen to the window to the wall with the kid, they don't know what it means, so it's fine because they just think they're running from a window to a wall.
And then all you hear is like, "I'm a ski from your child."
Yeah, it's like a water gun. It's just just like a super soaker.
Yeah, I'm annoyed.
Cool. You got more flowers?
No.
I got one more set of flowers for Lindsay DeMedio at Wilmington Manor. She is leaving Wilmington Manor and moving to a different school. She was the principal there for, I believe, 6 years, and I was there pretty much for the whole time with her. Congratulations to you for the growth, and I don't know if it's a promotion, but she's going to a much bigger school. And for me, it was an example in education of someone who really does a good job of running their school, and it makes a difference. So I just want to, give flowers to Miss DeMedio for her service at Wilmington Manor, and best of luck to you in your future endeavors. You will be missed. Yeah.
She was my 8th grade track coach.
That's wild.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. Okay, so those are the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Father's Day is this weekend.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business. So I love Father's Day because I love the funny pictures. Like the difference between Father's Day and Mother's Day for me is the pictures.
Okay, tell me more about this.
You will, on Mother's Day, it's very rare you will see an unflattering picture of a mom.
Okay.
You're going to make sure that you got the best picture of your mama.
Okay.
Or best picture of yourself. But on Father's Day, you see so many unflattering pictures of the dads because it's funny. Like,
what do you mean?
Them passed out on the couch with their mouth open.
Okay, I got you.
Or, something like an uncle picture. What I call them uncle pictures, where the dad just looks silly.
Sure.
And then you tell some silly story or something. Like, I think it's with the whole concept of dad jokes and stuff. It's just it's Mother's Day is like super elegant and sweet and loving, and then Father's Day is like, yeah, I love my dad. Woo! Funny, jokes all day, beer.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference, and I've gotten to the age, or honestly just stage in parenting, where I'm perfectly happy for Father's Day. I think that the holiday is great, but like, ask me what I want for Father's Day, and I'm like, I don't. It's whatever. Just have your way with me. You know what I'm saying?
It's very weird because I know what to get my mom. Like I know.
Yeah, no, but
I know the list of things I could go to. With my dad, it's like.
So I kind of feel like this now that we're really opening up this.
Oh my God!
What?
You are hilarious. Like now that we're opening this door.
So I see a lot of men complain that like they don't get the same love, the same kind of love or appreciation for Father's Day. Like, you know, that the dad is expected to like work and like barbecue when he can't have a relaxing day, which I get. But I'm very traditional and sort of conservative in certain ways when it comes to being a man. Like, I don't feel the need to be celebrated. I don't feel the need to be like super expressive about my feelings, quite frankly. So I'm like, yeah, y'all can do what you want with me, but it's like, I don't like, obviously dads matter a whole lot. I understand that my role is as serious as anyone's, but like Mother's Day is different literally because you guys put in a different kind of work like you actually make the child. It's so much more of a sacrifice. And I'm not here trying to like, you know, win brownie points like I'm the big champion for women, but I really like get out of your feelings as a man. Like, yeah, sorry you didn't. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't get the dad a card and say Happy Father's Day, I love you, all those kinds of things. Like if I didn't get a card and if someone did like I love you, Dad, Happy Father's Day, okay, I would definitely be upset. But I have no expectation that there's going to be like the whole day set out and rolled up for me. Like, and I feel like I'm okay with that. But I do think that you should roll out the red carpet specifically for Mother's Day because of what you all put into making the children. And that's just kind of how I see it. Like, get over your emotions, bro. Like, tighten up. So, yeah. Like, I don't care what you get me. If you want to buy me a steak, cool. Like, yeah. Yep. Brunch me in the face off you need to. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, now that you're done shitting on Father's Day,
yeah,
and everyone's feelings,
yeah.
What are we gonna do about gifts?
We don't care.
Oh my God.
Yo,
this was supposed to
if
be
your
fun.
man is like, how come I didn't? Okay, let me be careful so I don't get myself in trouble. But if your man is like,
if your Father's Day sucked, then just say that.
No,
like,
they don't though.
What is going on right now?
Because I don't want to see, like, if your man is like, how come you didn't do this for me on Father's Day? He might not be the one. Because I have a really good dad and he's a man's man, and not nary a time has he been like, well, I expected this on Father's Day, or my uncle would never be that way. So I'm sorry. Take what you get and keep it moving, bro. Be happy for that card. Be glad you didn't have to push a baby through your butt. So yeah. Yep. Yep.
So I compiled a list.
I need a man
of gift ideas.
Sensitivity. Go ahead, sorry.
You are so full of shit sometimes.
I'm really not though. Not on this one.
My God. All right. So my list. I was thinking about it because I was trying to figure out what to get Ishmael and my dad, and I do this every time. And what really triggered it was I went to my dad's house last weekend and I stole some of his gift cards. My dad, y'all know he was in the military and he was a cop.
I think
so
that's
he's
the litmus test.
He's very organized, and I know exactly where to go to get what I need. I need some coins. I know where the jar gonna be, or I know where he puts them on his dresser. If I need some money, I know where his wallet is. I know where he puts his stash. I know where his gift cards are. So I stole some gift cards, and I was like, my dad had a stack of gift cards because my dad don't go shopping. He don't shop, okay? So he just has this stack of gift cards. He also doesn't really, like, he has his stores. But so I stole them and I kept it pushing. I was like, what can I get my dad where it's not just sitting and building dust? Because a lot of people get stuff for their dads and it just sits there, right?
If you don't know, if you are always like, I have no idea what to get my dad,
I'm about to tell you what to get your dad.
He's probably a good dad. If he's like, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this, that's a needy man. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't care. Socks are great. Bow tie's fine. Get me a steak. You don't have to. That's the whole point. Is you shouldn't have to try. Men have to try on Mother's Day. You need to bow down and
Jay,
get her.
Jay,
I didn't expect this, but I'm thinking about it.
Chill out.
I mean it.
I'm very I'm very confused right now.
First, I would like to wake up to waffles, and after waffles.
Why is that a problem? If for one,
I mean, if you give me waffles, cool.
No, what I'm trying to say is, what is the problem if on Father's Day, the day that is designated, put your the Father's Day is year round. Put that aside. The one day that is designated to shower your father with love and appreciation.
Shower him.
If he says, I would like to do this, I would love this, why is that a problem? If your dad called you right now and said, boy, this is what I want for Father's Day, you would say he's soft?
I would ask him, I would be like, what's wrong? Answer this question. Have you gotten a list of, maybe I shouldn't ask this question. I'm going to
see, the difference is literally me and my sisters take care of my dad.
Does he ask you for things?
No. Oh, well, no, you didn't.
Point made.
No, it's not.
Happy Father's
No,
Day.
it's not. It's not made.
No, because he didn't ask for it. You decided to do it for him.
No, we asked him, what does he want to do?
And what does he say?
I want to eat.
Because he know he has to say something.
Barbecue sometimes,
Because he has to give you an answer.
So you're not allowed to want something. You're not allowed to want
I didn't
to do
say
something.
that. You don't.
What I'm asking you is, if a man decides, okay, for Father's Day, I do want to do this. I want to do this. Why is that a problem?
It's not a problem to say to answer the question.
No.
What you want on.
Even if I didn't ask, why is it a problem if a man decides, you know what? I want to do this.
Are any of yours?
I know Father's Day is coming up.
Are any of yours doing this?
What? Ishmael has said to me, I want to relax, spend time with my family. I want to eat. But that's what he wants to do. Now, if he wants to go to Florida,
what he wants to do is.
How could you turn this? You're making me so angry.
What he wants to do is chill out and get some love. But he's not like. First, I would like to do frisbee golf. Then I would like 6 daisies with this.
I want to know what woman does that. I never did that. I literally say I want to eat. I honestly would just like to lay in bed and watch TV and be like just, a sloppy mess all day. But I know that that's not going to happen. So it's the same thing for Mother's Day. Anywho. So if you're looking for some gift ideas, let me complete this before he blows his top again and I'm confused.
No.
You could do a basket of essentials. So I know for a fact that there are a lot of men who wait to the last minute to buy underwear, t-shirts, and socks, deodorant, and lotion.
Great.
And sometimes toothpaste, floss, and mouthwash. So get a basket. You can get a basket from the Dollar Tree and get all of those things and put them in the basket and give it to them. There you go.
Perfect. Give me some drawers and a steak.
You could do snacks, their favorite snacks. You could do a basket of that. We used to do that for my dad all the time. All his favorite snacks. You could do, if you're trying to send a message to the millennial fathers, get him some grilling shoes. Set him up for success. And make sure you get the ones in the real leather because they'll last longer. And then he'll know when you give him these, it's time to pull out that grill. You can get him a bunch of gum and mints. My dad.
Is there anything funnier than having, there's mansplaining, like me telling women what they should have, what you. And this is woman's planning.
So Bad Boys came
I'm
out
fine
this
with
past
it.
weekend.
And I'm fine with it because so far you're right. Like, fine, give me some drawers.
Bad Boys came out this weekend. I'm done with this conversation. I love my father and I can't wait to spend the time and get him gifts and crap like that. Jay is annoying. So, Bad Boys came out this weekend. Happy Father's Day, because to everyone else.
Sure.
Bad Boys 4 delivers huge victory for actor with 56 million US debut and 104.6 million globally.
It's great.
Listen, I've loved every single Bad Boys movie.
Yeah,
I think
classics.
number one because Will Smith that's my uncle, period. I love him to death. He could do no wrong. Like, it is what it is.
Oh, wow.
I can't help it. I love him. I love his acting. He's funny. Like, I even liked his last album that he put out. I was a teenager. I've been watching interviews. I've been seeing the social media stuff, and they just look like they're having such a good time, and I love that. Like, I love that they are. I don't know if it's completing. I would assume that this is the end of the series, but like you could just tell that there's just so much love on set, and they even use some of the one boy actor from the very first one, I think, or the second one, and up until now. So I think that's awesome. I can't wait to go see it. I might actually go to the theater and see it. Anything to say?
No, not about that.
Wow, man, a few words all of a sudden.
No.
Talk about Waffle House.
Oh, yeah. So it's kind of a case in point. There was an article that made it sound like there are going to be huge changes at Waffle House.
What was the change?
Basically, so if you ever worked, in as a waiter in food service, you basically get all your money from tips.
Yeah.
And
see, my hourly wage was like $2.63.
And so Waffle House is going to bump it up $3 more in specific locations where the clientele have more money, basically. And this is going to probably
the clientele have more money.
So like if you have a Waffle House in a nice part of Atlanta, you'll pay more, or you'll pay more, prices will go up, and that will give the waiter or waitress a higher minimum sort of wage.
Okay.
Right? So they're trying to pay people more for, being waiters and waitresses at Waffle House.
Dinner and a show, so yeah, they should be paid for the entertainment as well.
Fair enough. But I think it points to a really big problem just across the board with being a server, especially at places where the food isn't expensive. If you go to Europe, there's no tipping. You don't tip because the people who are bringing your food are just paid a normal wage like everyone else who's working. And it's not this thing where you're only working for tips. And it's one of the things that I really, if you ever worked in that service, it's really, some servers make decent money, but
I walked away with nothing.
And that's a really, negative thing. And
you have to be a people person. You have to be a problem solver. And you got to tolerate a lot of crap.
Yeah, it's not an easy job. I did it for a summer and was horrible at it.
I was great at it.
My attention span would go right out the door. I was the nicest waiter you would ever have, but I would forget exactly what you told me as within 30 seconds of walking away from you. And I was so bad that I couldn't even remember what you said. So I was so over the top that I would literally. So this is how bad I was. And this is why I have a respect for what they do, because I was watching, the veterans just remember every detail of a large order from 10 people without writing anything down. And I'm here, chicken with a side of ketchup. I wasn't even comfortable writing KET. I'd write ketchup because, and I'm smart in certain ways, but I'm telling you, the people who work in food service do have a talent and a skill set that everyone doesn't have. And I think that it's a good step in the right direction to pay them more. And that should kind of happen across the board. And I know that it's hard. A lot of restaurants are struggling to stay alive, and it's a difficult thing to do, but I'm glad that Waffle House is doing that. I think it's a good thing, and they actually should do more, but you do what you can. But I'd like to see more of it. That's all.
Yeah. I agree. I love being a server.
It's not easy.
It's not.
And especially, I'm sure that as someone who has worked in food service, that you are appalled at people who are, number one, just mean.
Oh, yeah.
And who don't tip properly. You know what I mean? That's how they pay their bills, and they are doing something for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do. I sympathize when I'm at restaurants with servers who have difficult people, because it's like, what is the point? Why do you have to be nasty?
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, Waffle House will always hold a special place in my heart. Number one, the nostalgia of it, my dad and my sisters and us always going. But then the waitresses always are like, what you need, baby? What you need, sweetie? Okay, I'm gonna get that for you, honey. Like, I just feel so loved when I'm in there. And then occasionally I get some entertainment. You know, like, it's wonderful. You know, fill your belly.
I mean, and to your point,
pay them people, right?
That's exactly it. To your point, like,
what
everybody likes Waffle House, and the people you're making a really good point, and the people who are literally at the center of your Waffle House experience deserve more money. Now, and quite frankly, I don't want to pay more money, but I'm willing to pay more money if it helps the waitress to have a little bit more change in her pocket. I mean that. Yeah. I don't want Waffle House to turn into, expensive dining, but we can find a little happy medium. I figure.
I would really like a Waffle House in Wilmington.
That would be interesting.
I would love it, like up near where I live. Just some that I could.
You could go either way.
Oh God, because I love the Concord Diner. I love the Concord Diner, and if there was a Waffle House, they would get all my money.
Yeah,
I love me a good greasy spoon.
Yeah.
So I think I sent you this image. So I was on the interwebs, and this image came up about
which one?
Job interviews and what employers are saying.
Oh yeah, okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me find it.
Okay.
Keep going.
And I was like,
got
this don't.
Check this out, y'all.
So it says, during job interviews, employers say recent college.
How dare you put Fox News on our show? Go ahead.
So
go ahead. I'm playing. I don't care at all.
I wanted to just confirm.
I'm literally.
And I found this on other websites.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
So 53% struggle with eye contact. That's a given. A lot of people struggle with eye contact. 50% ask for unreasonable compensation. A part of that, I feel, is not educating yourself on the average salary and knowing where you're coming in at what level you're coming in. So what you should actually be getting. 47% dressed inappropriately. I 1000% am sure this is a big deal because there are a lot of people who just don't understand professionalism. It doesn't mean that you have to conform necessarily completely, but you can have personality. But there are just things that should not be showing when you go into a job interview. Used inappropriate language. Listen, you cannot go in there and talk about it's lit. You can't go in there and talk about 10 toes down, standing on business. Like, you cannot use the slang that you would use on your front porch in a job interview. It can't be in a contract, and you can't say it to the employer. Refuse to turn on camera during a virtual interview. Just because it's a virtual interview doesn't mean they don't want to see you. They need to see how you're interacting with them. Why is your camera turned off? And then this one.
This is the one for me.
This is the one that I have no answers for.
Well, go ahead. Finish your thoughts.
Brought a parent to the interview. What are you talking about?
So it's
unless the person interviewing who is being interviewed has special needs and needs.
They're not talking about that, but sure.
I know that's the only case.
So when I saw this myself, I wasn't surprised because this was, at this point for me, maybe 2 years ago. I've heard several discussions with people who work in HR saying, reflecting exactly that people have been bringing their parents to interviews.
I don't understand it.
And what I'm trying to figure out first in my head is the age range of the parent who would bring their child, because I would imagine we're dealing more or less with parents who are somewhere between like my age and your dad's age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to bring my dad in. So, because you got to assume the person coming to the interviews on the young side, right? Like 21, 22.
College graduates. Yeah.
Right. So, the parent is likely somewhere between my age and your dad's. And I know that for me, it's an absurd thought. And I know your dad well enough to be like, he would never do such a thing because it's completely absurd. And I really was shocked to hear it at all, but it is a thing. And I really
and
do
just
my
the parent driving and staying in the car.
I really
interview.
do my best to not be like the old man and I wish things were how they were, and these young kids nowadays listening to their crazy rock and roll music with the long hair. Like, I don't want to be that guy. But in this specific place, and also I've had these kinds of discussions with track. Because my daughter started running track last season, and I've had conversations with people about how parents are super entitled, for why their child should be here playing this sport and doing this, that, and the other. And basically, there are a lot of parents across the board in many different spaces who aren't empowering their children to be able to manage life independently. And it's a really fundamental skill set. And I understand the urge to hold your child's hand and the fear of letting them move freely. I get that. I do understand that. But independence is so fundamental to being a human that if you don't let them fall, and you what you try to do is build them up and give them a certain skill set.
Give them the tools.
Give them the tools and all of the things that they need to know so that they can walk independently.
Right.
And if you don't let your children fight their own battles for the most part and walk into a basic interview on their own, you're really doing a disservice to your child. And what I've heard, because actually when I went to Ohio and talked to my brother-in-law, because he does a lot of the HR stuff for his company, he reflected the exact same thing. And so it's like I said, I've had several conversations about this. And he says that what he ultimately will do is he'll say, like, listen, respectfully, you're a very smart kid and you're very educated, but we don't actually value people skills enough. And the ability to look someone in the eye and just have a basic conversation, those kinds of skills are valuable and necessary. Like if you're working in sales, you know what I mean? If you're working just in anything, like as a supervisor, like you have to be able to talk to a human and connect with them and read what is going on. And if you
without your mom standing there,
oh my gosh. So I don't know any parents who would do such a thing, but if you know someone, because it's clear like 20%, like it's somebody that we don't know, you got to let your child fly and you got to let your child crash. Listen. You know, and as long as it's not going to, you know, get them hurt, like it's the same thing is like, okay, I'm not going to let my child touch the stove knowing that it's going to burn them. You know, I'm not going to let them just fall down the steps. But if I see you playing on the couch and you're jumping around, and I've told you 3 times, like, listen, if you don't stop jumping on that couch, you're going to bust your head. I might let you bust your head, and then you'll figure out next time you won't bust your head. You know, if I see you swinging something around, like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, I've been here, done that, that if you keep swinging it, you're going to smash yourself in the face and you're not going to like it. Okay, Dad, I'm going to tell you one more time. And I tried to tell you, but that's how they learn.
I've been sitting here trying to figure out what would possess someone to say in my 20s. That as a teenager, I mean, it's a teenager, you know, they're gonna do stuff. As an adult, as a 20-something-year-old adult, for me to say logically in my mind, I need to bring my mom to my interview because she'll help me get the job. It's not computing. The opposite. It's not computing. There's a disconnect. It, like the wires are not firing for me. I just don't see it. I don't understand. So if you know anybody or have heard of this or have seen this, please chime in because I'm confused.
Like, and just fundamentally, I'm asking you.
This is your job interview.
And like, if I want to know what you think, not what your mom says you should say.
Said, I'm going
I'm going with you, baby. Like, it's like,
I'm gonna sit right there.
And that's my point. As someone who is like 45 years old, you know, if you're 55 years old, you interviewed and understand that like that's a terrible idea. Like you would never do it. So why would you think to do it? It's really weird. And didn't you, like, for me, I was like, I don't want you to meet my parents. I don't want them, like, not, I love my parents, but like, I don't want you here. It'd be
like,
weird to me.
My
like,
parents always, like, the tradition was, as soon as I started my first day, they would come visit me.
Sure.
Just to, like,
that's,
you know,
totally
and if they
different.
met my boss, great. But that was after I had gotten the job and everything. And then even then, they only came in from time to time. Now, when I worked at Fridays, my parents were in
That's
all
a
the
restaurant.
time. You
that's
know,
different.
like,
That's a social
different.
setting, and that's totally
but
different.
Like, it was very rare that my parents were gonna come to my job. You know,
I don't think my parents have ever come to my job.
I just don't understand. And it really,
unless it's at a show and me singing music, that's my job. But like,
when I'm looking at the list, it just all of this together.
No, but there is.
Makes me uncomfortable.
I think that there has to be a general acceptance that a problem that has come about from modern society is a loss of the ability to interact with humans on a very human level. Just those fundamentals were kind of pointed out right there, and they really do matter. And I guess I do, but like, you can't help but point fingers at social media and at video games and those kinds of things, because it really does create a false sense of communication. You know, the things that people say online, they would not likely say in person. And I don't mean that like in any kind of a threatening way, but like, you know, someone will, you know, insult you online. You know, even like, you know, there've been times on social media with Naj and Jay where like people have made ridiculous comments, and I'm like, I know you wouldn't say that in my face, and I don't mean like I'm gonna just, you know, that I'm gonna throw hands, but like, I know you wouldn't say that because you understand that when you're talking to an actual human, like, you don't do that.
You're not gonna go IDK. LOL.
Right.
Like, excuse me?
And this is why you have to force your children to do things that makes them uncomfortable.
You gotta socialize people. Like, I don't know why, but there seems to be this thing where being isolated and being an introvert is now the trend. Not new, but it's a trend. And by you giving in and trying to emulate, oh, I'm a loner, I'm an introvert, I don't want to be around people, I just want to be by myself. You're setting yourself up for failure. And
I am an introvert. Contrary to what you see me doing right now and the way that I interact in public when I have to, I generally, over the course of my week, the amount of time that I spend with myself is what makes some people uncomfortable. I love being by myself. And even as a general introvert, I have the skill set to interact with people because you have to. Like, you know, we spend a lot of time.
You just sounded like a pastor.
Oh no.
We spend a lot of time.
I was getting comfortable. No.
We spend a lot of time on these social media sites, and because of that, the ones behind us.
Flowers to your church. I almost forgot.
Yes.
Yes.
Bethel Community Church of Pottstown. Jay came and tore the house down again and walked.
No, not saying her face off. Let's be clear.
I wish I could do the dance that you do in front of it.
I don't want you to tell me what I do because it makes me self-conscious. I don't want to know. I just want to be in my space.
Like, Jay's, his fingers get to going, and then he'd be like,
community matters. Okay? In as much as I try to act like it doesn't, community really does matter. It's a fundamental part of being a human. The same way that dogs travel in packs, humans need to have small villages. These kinds of things don't go away. Your circle matters. Like, even if you aren't the most social person and you don't want to be in a big city, even if you're a small town person, you need your small community. You know, people need people. And that's why it's important to teach your children to interact on a human level. I'm going to say this. Everyone can throw all the things that they want at me and be as mad as you want, but like, get them off of the devices. It causes a problem. It makes it so that they can't interact. They're literally here, look up, look out, because there's a whole life to see.
You know, I feel like you've been yelling at our audience all
I have
morning,
been today, and I think it's
need
partially
you to
because I
take
haven't
it
slept
down
well.
several notches. Like, I'm starting to feel attacked.
Well, I'm in that space where because I haven't slept well, that like
that's
I'm
not their problem.
I'm slightly delusional because of it. So yeah.
Okay, so I was on the interwebs.
Should I pull up an image? Should I pull up an image?
Just wait a minute.
Yeah,
yes, you know which one.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the interwebs, and so my Instagram search is Black women's hair, gardening.
Don't you lie to these people.
Cooking, and cat videos. Lots and lots of cat videos. And and shade room stuff like celebrity gossip. But for some reason, this page popped up in my feed, and I don't know why. And when I tell
me when to hit the button.
I was pleasantly delighted to see it because I thought it was hilarious. Go whip this thing out. This is what people are doing now. They are in Idaho jail, and you can become a pen pal. And those little videos at the bottom, those are who they are, where they're at, so you can write them. And they tell you about themselves. They tell you that they're single. They tell you that they like long walks on the beach. I just need to understand, what are we doing here? What if someone started an Instagram and they have and who is looking for love in locked up places? What is happening? Who says? And I'm not trying to be offensive, but you're in jail. You're in jail. These people are in jail. Who in their mind, their right mind says,
because people have weird fetishes.
I want to be with a man, but these men out here, they ain't for me. So I think I'm gonna find me a man who's been convicted of a crime.
Who I can't really actually get access to.
That you don't have access, you can't touch, can't try it before you buy it. You don't really know if they're telling the truth because they're a criminal.
It's definitely a dangerous thing to do. I don't care what you say it is.
But I feel like there's an influx since that girl Gypsy Rose.
I feel like
got out.
But we have to be honest about society and American society.
I don't want no jail man. I don't want no jail man.
But everybody loves a bad boy.
Not an arrested one.
Everybody loves a bad boy. Not you. Fine, you're so special. But
like I'm a little rough around
everybody likes a bad boy. So you have the ultimate bad boy. Like you got to understand, there's millions and millions of people here in America, hundreds of millions of people, and everybody has their kinks and fetishes. So understanding that generally speaking, a lot of women love the bad boy. That's extreme bad boy. And you have a set of people who want extreme bad boys. So it's a silly idea to me. I wouldn't recommend it for your child or my daughter, but I'm not surprised.
So let's entertain this for a moment.
Okay.
I'm a 30-year-old woman having trouble dating out in public. So I find this.
Mm-hmm.
Here are I compiled a list of what I would be looking for. You can't be in jail for longer than 5 years.
Why not?
Because I know you're doing something up in there you ain't supposed to be doing.
Okay.
And I'm not risking my health.
You'd have missed on Malcolm X, but go ahead.
So you have to be in there 5 years or less. You have to be working out. Like you have to have a jail bond. Like like you doing push-ups on the toilet, to make sure that you can fight off people at night. Like I need to see it in the video. You need to have some type of education going on. Your GED, you got your GED in there, or you're working on your bachelor's or your master's.
You have people in jail who are getting advanced degrees from
Yale. I need you to have the work release program. I need you to be able to go out, hustle, and then go back and check into jail. Because then I know you're loyal. You see what I'm saying?
You're loyal. See, all of a sudden,
he's going to come back. He's going to come back home. Because if you don't, you know what's going to happen. I need some jail tattoos, though. That's the bad boy thing for me. I need the jail tattoos. Something like right here. Maybe like, on the bicep or something. And you can't be in jail for like killing someone or
that's how he'll protect
sex
you.
Crimes.
Well, sex crime, fine. But he's a murderer. If he has to, he'll kill somebody for you. as a man.
It depends. I gotta read the case.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I need him to be a good cook. I need to know what you can do with an iron and some wax paper.
So you see how quickly she's devolved and suddenly made a space for this? You see how quickly she just went all the way and figured it out?
I need a reality show.
And here's the difference between men and women. There is no way in hell that I'm going to be looking for a woman in prison.
You're a liar.
No, I'm not.
No.
I don't want a bad girl.
Put yourself in the shoes of a single man at your age.
Listen.
Jay, give me your three, the three things that you need for her. If she's, all right, you're looking in the jail inmate pen pal list. What are you looking for?
I'm going to look for the same basic things that I would look for from someone who is free.
Come on.
I want her to be smart.
Nope. Specifics. I gave specifics. Come on.
Okay, I'm going to entertain this.
Come on.
All right. Let me think
about
Orange. Hold on. Let me think about Orange is the New Black.
Yes.
All right. Let me go there. Okay. She's got to be. Okay. Hold on. All right. Caveat. Let me say this before we go any further. I'm happily married. I like my situation. I don't want anything else. Right now, we're playing an imaginary game where Jay dates a prisoner, and we're going to just go all the way in. This is completely. Please. Okay. So, I want a Puerto Rican.
We're done with this. The show is over.
Why? Oh, now we can entertain.
I didn't even go with race. I didn't even do a race. I didn't do a flavor.
Why not? So you were imagining a white boy?
I gave you my category. So if he was white, black, brown, blue.
You're lying. Okay, ask me specific questions then.
Okay, what's the time? How long can she be in jail? Or by the time you meet her, how long could she have been in, like, because you can't be in jail for more than 5 years. So
I agree with the 5 year. I like the 5 year cutoff. Okay. Okay.
He had to look like he's working out. He has to have the jail bod, like the muscles and the biceps, and he's got to look like he's doing something instead of just sitting around getting fat.
I want her to be on the petite side and looking like she can throw hands.
Oh.
Yeah, like a little 120-pound MMA girl. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
With a nasty sort of attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
I said there has to be some type of education.
I want... I want her to have big dreams of opening up a beauty care supply line. I want her to be a master of nails and hair and all things fashion. You know what I'm saying? That shows me she's got a little bit of art to her. You know what I mean? And some hand skills. Yeah. You know, she's got some craft. You know, she's got a craft. Something she can work on and improve, you know?
And then I said the crime. No, you can't have killed somebody and you can't be sex crimes.
Yeah, definitely no sex crimes. I'd prefer never mind. I'm done. I'm going to get myself in trouble. No way.
She can't.
No sex crimes.
No sex crimes and no murder?
I'm okay with murder. And the crime that she did should also ideally show that it was due to some form of loyalty.
Oh, I was gonna say you gotta have a job, and I needed the work release because it shows me you loyal. Like you gonna go back to that jail after your hard day of work.
Yeah.
Does she need to have a job in jail?
No. She makes all her money on the side doing hair and nails.
Oh, I forgot the nice teeth.
Gotta have nice teeth. That's always fundamental. I'm sorry. There's no way. No.
But from what I've heard, they got good healthcare plans and dental plans.
No,
I don't know.
No.
I don't talk to a lot of jailed people, so I don't know.
No, it's bad.
Well, if you're looking and you're in the market,
I'll bring it back up for you. Here's where to go.
For a felon.
There you go.
Soon Trump gonna be on one of these pages.
Yep.
Giving you his information, letting you know what he's done.
To that point, quite frankly, and I saw a great meme about that. Like if basically, and I think we already said this actually, but if you're allowed to be president and a felon, we need to just take felon off all of all the job applications.
Freedom to get jobs.
Yep. This doesn't matter anymore. Yep. And I'm fine with that, quite frankly. Yeah.
So, well, that is all I have today.
We didn't forget anything. The events.
Oh yeah, the events. But that's as far as stories. That's all I have.
Okay.
Okay, so this. Let me pull up my. Okay, we got some.
Yep. Starting with Juneteenth.
All right, so Juneteenth. Sunday, June 16th at 3 p.m. Cooch's Bridge Historic Site. I will be performing. There will also be some speakers. So if you're interested, you can register at friendsofcoochesbridge.org.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have
That's us.
Juneteenth Freedom Day at Winterthur Museum, Garden and Library. That's from 11 to 3. Last year, we had a great time. We performed inside like their theater, and then we went out into the garden and did some storytelling and some kids activities, and it was a really good time. So
I have to say, I'm being objective here. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
Miss Kim Graham, as far as I'm concerned, is the centerpiece of it. She does a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
And anyone and everyone should come and enjoy it. But I'm telling you, Black people, if you want to hear all of the music that we love
that
and
stirs our soul,
all of the blackness across a pretty wide spectrum of genres,
mm-hmm.
I promise you that if you sit through the show and come, you will walk away feeling good. And so, I say that with the ultimate amount of confidence.
Yes. Yeah. And to your point, majority of the people that we've performed this show in front of have all been white. And I have no issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
None, because I think it's beautiful that they get to see a side of our story that isn't filled with pain and slavery and oppression. Like, they see that we are loving, beautiful, artistic people, creative people filled with joy, Black joy for our experience. But I tell you what, there's something different when you got your kinfolk up in the crowd who understand the songs.
White people, for the most part, do not understand Frankie Beverly and Maze like we do.
They're also quiet.
And that's not a knock. It's the same thing as me not understanding yacht rock the same way as, Caucasians do. And I'm okay with that. Like, Journey doesn't connect with me the same way that Stevie Wonder does. I'm fine with that. To your point, it also reminds us as Black people that we are joyful.
Yes. Our experience, our entire lived experience.
And as someone who has spent too much time in my brain at this point writing heavy music about the struggle, and I wouldn't take any of it back. For me personally, it's like a reminder, like, yo, even we're a joyful people in spite of all the nonsense.
Yes.
And it really,
and still
it's really important to remember that. And fundamentally, the greatest power of music to me is its ability to uplift.
Yes.
And that's what you will experience.
Like, we've had people after the show crying, coming to us crying, talking about their family members, talking about their experiences. And it's interactive. Miss Kim is wonderful at talking to the crowd and getting them to respond, because it is a celebration. And when you're celebrating, it's everyone in the midst of it,
And reiterating Tahira's point, displaying Black joy is the ultimate act of revolution.
Yeah.
It's like as someone who loves the middle finger, it's the ultimate. Like, I'm smiling.
We love doing it. This is our third anniversary, like 3 years we've been doing this. It's been a while,
I feel like now.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. What is next?
Yeah, sorry.
Hope to see you Saturday. Oh, story time at Brandywine Zoo, Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Am I too old?
I feel like no.
I want to bring
yes, but no.
I want to bring a blanket, my snackies, my bottled water.
Yeah, I feel like no. You should. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay. You think is you have to bring your kids.
Oh.
You can't go alone. Then you look
asking.
no, because I'm like I get it, but you're going to look like the creepy old lady.
I want to bring my snackies.
Here's a funny story that you guys don't know about me and Naj. One of the first times, maybe the first time ever that she saw me perform, I get on stage.
Oh God, Jay, really?
And
really?
I'm singing,
take the picture
going into my song, and I go into my song. And she's like, I'm going to come see you perform. And she hadn't seen me perform before, so I didn't even know if she would like it, whatever. So I'm singing in the crowd, like it's a darker room because the lights are on me. And I see in the back left, it looked like the Blair Witch Project. Like it was a heavily coated individual being absolutely dead still. And if I didn't factually know that it was Naj, I would have thought that the Grim Reaper had come to have me pay for all of my transgressions on stage that day. I would have probably quietly turned off my computer or my keyboard and tried to slip out the side because it looked like, what's the sound from the cat, kitten, Puss in Boots when the whistle goes off with the wolf? What's the tune? I could hear that tune being whistled like it was about to be over. We digress, but go ahead.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He would never let that go.
No, it was hilarious.
Oh Lord.
I'm moving on, sorry.
Hopefully I won't be the creepy old lady.
Yeah, you will be. Here we go.
Oh my Lord. Okay. Comedy night at the Delaware Center for Horticulture, Friday at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go see you some comedy and some plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And plants are funny that way.
I don't like it. Juneteenth block party, Saturday, June 15th from 12 to 3 p.m. at the Walnut Street YMCA. Contact Kenneth Frazier for more information.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Yes. Okay. And we have a family movie night in Milltown Park.
Now, where is that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Milltown Park.
Bring a blanket.
If you want to get to Milltown Park
and come out for a family-friendly movie in Milltown Park.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever that is.
All right, and then what's this?
Fireworks at Hagley Museum.
Yeah.
Friday from 5 to 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why. What is it for?
I don't know what the actual event is, but they've always had fireworks at Hagley, and I never go, but they always been doing that for a while.
So funny story. The first time I saw my dad in action as a police officer
was at the Hagley fireworks.
So we went. I want to say, I don't know what the event was. We were kids, and my mom brought us, and my dad was on duty.
Mm-hmm.
He always told us to come up every year. So we were with all the other cop families.
Yeah.
And we had our fold-out chairs, and my mom had a beer that was in her chair.
Okay.
And she walked away to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. And
these two boys come up and steal the beer.
Oh, wow.
And my dad is walking up simultaneously as they're running, and we're like, Dad, he stole the beer.
That's funny.
And my dad took off
what
like
a terrible decision for those kids that they didn't know.
Holding on, and my dad is a runner.
Okay.
Like, my dad is a runner.
Okay.
And so he went after them. It was like, and we were like, oh my God. Like, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, not a good idea to steal a beer from a cop's wife.
In front of his children.
That's really funny. and I mean, from his perspective, not only is it his job, but it's like, now he has to actually prove that he's Superman. Yep. Like, you got to prove it in front of your kids. You got to prove it in front of your wife and your coworkers, because God forbid that the kid outruns you and you don't get the beer. You're going to get clowned by your coworkers and just like, Dad, dang. Yep. That's really funny. Everything's on the line.
His whole demeanor changed. I was terrified for that young man because
he's in a place where he can't overreact and like beat the crap out of the kid. So it's like you got to still hem him up like a child. Yep. It's really funny.
So there were like trailers and tents, and the boy cut off into them, and my dad chased it. I was like,
that's hysterical.
I was terrified for that young man.
That's really funny, actually.
Yes.
That's a great story. All right, here we go.
So not your traditional jazz brunch.
Mhm.
So this weekend is Ronan Ali
Mm-hmm.
at the Delaware Art Museum from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm. I'll keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Folk Art Friday at the Blue Ball Barn at Friday at 5 p.m. That's all I have.
Okay, cool.
For that. I think that's all the stuff.
All right, let me double check.
No. We have the bartending event.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, this is important. We will be there.
So
sorry, here we go.
Me and Jay are guest bartending to raise money for Christina Cultural Arts Center at BBC Tavern and Grill, June 13th from 6 to 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
You can go and on their pages and donate now. And they're trying to raise $5,000.
Yeah, I mean, I think this needs to be said, especially as we see arts institutions crumbling. It becomes even more important that we make sure that we support the organizations that are in existence and that are highly valuable to our community. I think CCAC is at the top of that list for me. You know, consider all the work that Miss Avery put in over the decades, and just the amount of children in our city that have improved their skills in music, dance, visual arts, all of these.
I don't know.
It all matters.
I know I took vocal lessons there.
Yep, I took piano lessons there with Dennis Fortune. I actually, years and years ago, I learned a smidgen of guitar there too when I was like super young.
Just a smidgen?
Just a smidgen. So yeah, please support that. Donate.
Yay.
Right.
So that's what's going on. Get outside. It's beautiful. My garden is doing amazing. I think I'm going to start posting about it.
Oh, good.
So yeah. Oh, and I just want to say flowers to me because my first song in 5 years is basically done.
Gotcha.
The last song I released was in 2020. The top of 2020. That was IFLS. I haven't released music since.
So patiently, everyone, keep your eyes and ears peeled for new stuff from her.
Because your girl's singing.
And I've heard the song. It's delightful, and I don't say that lightly.
It's delightful.
It's
like your son.
It is absolutely delightful, and I am a pretty jaded human being in general, and I also am relatively snotty with my taste. Like, it's really hard to make me actually like something, unfortunately. And I listen to it, and I'm being so sincere. This is not just because we're cool. It's just, it's got this air of it's lighthearted but also sophisticated, and it's colorful and flowery, and it just makes you feel good. And quite frankly, again, as someone who's made a lot of heavy, dark music, even for me, I was like, this just feels like a nice, like light, refreshing summer beer. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely delightful.
Absolutely delightful. I love it.
Yeah, so
it's amazing.
I guarantee you will be. I promise you that you will enjoy the song.
And also, I want to put this disclaimer out. I have no idea what genre.
But that's good.
I am not being led by genre. I am being led by my soul. Whatever my soul is deciding to create, that's what I'm putting out.
But yeah.
Why?
Because it's fine. No, it's a really good song. It was just, I am not going to be guided by genre.
But when
I will
myself
only
that's
be
when I started
guided by
out.
my heart.
Oh, wow. You know what really kills me is that he was the one.
Right.
He was the one.
Right. I'll say it behind closed doors. I'll say it behind closed doors, but not on camera. You know, if that wasn't the most...
You're a fraud.
That was the most stereo... Like, you should have had the long cigarette. You know what I'm saying? The long
don't look for nothing.
Cigarette.
You're a troll, and you've been negative this entire show, and I don't like your attitude.
That could be less true. I need my prop.
Okay, how do we end this? Because I'm not doing this with you.
You need like sunglasses. You need to have your head down. I am no longer guided by genre. I am guided by my heart.
All I'm saying is I've just been writing, and I'm just letting it be, and whatever it comes out to be is what it is.
I'm just a conduit for the Great Spirit. that surrounds the soul, and whatever it wants to speak will be spoken through me, only through grace. I'm genre neutral.
Have a great week.
Have a great week.